Tensions run high for Theo on Monday when he explodes in highly charged scenes, while on Tuesday, Aadi Webster decides to take time off work to spend the day with Carl Webster. Meanwhile, at number 6, Carla Connor is on edge as the engagement ring she ordered to propose to Lisa Swain finally arrives and Ryan Connor steps in to share his thoughts. But when Lisa returns home earlier than expected, could their private discussion be uncovered? You don't have to wait until next week to see how it plays out, as we have an early peek at this moment, along with everything mentioned above, in our newest batch of spoiler videos, so grab a hot drink and enjoy another dose of Corey. Theo heads back to the builder's yard with the leaflet in hand. He flicks the excited band against his wrist, trying to hold back his fury as voices from his life shout insults at him. Overwhelmed by both anger and sorrow, he lashes out, smashing everything in reach. On the cobbles, Carl sets up personal training sessions with James. Aadi secretly watches from a distance, and after getting a discreet text from Carl, she makes an excuse at the garage, telling Kevin she feels a migraine coming. Kevin urges her to get some rest, unaware that Aadi intends to meet Carl to carry on their affair. Will Kevin learn what's really going on? The engagement ring Carla ordered has arrived, and as she and Ryan talk about her proposal plans for Lisa, the detective walks back into number 6. Ryan quickly hides the box, but when Lisa asks what he's bought, he lies, saying it contains underwear. Once Lisa leaves, Carla wonders how best to pop the question, while Ryan insists that a big romantic gesture would be the smartest move. The real question is, will Carla follow his suggestion, or does she have a completely different idea for asking Lisa to marry her? Coronation Street confirms violence story as character's secret past comes to light. A character's hidden aggressive side came to light in tonight's Coronation Street, after a past offense was brought to the attention of those closest to him. Theo Silverton has endured a turbulent few weeks following the breakdown of his family once the truth about his sexuality emerged. The builder had spent years suppressing his real emotions, focusing instead on life with his wife Danielle and their children. However, after meeting Todd Grimshaw and quickly developing feelings for him, he could no longer deny that he was gay. Sadly, their journey has been far from smooth, made even worse by the arrival of Noah, the man responsible for putting Theo through conversion therapy. Adding insult to injury, Noah began dating Danielle, and Todd revealed this bombshell in the middle of a tense family meal. The revelation caused chaos, leading to a scuffle between Todd and Theo's son Miles, which ended with Theo accidentally punching Miles in the face while trying to break it up. As a result, Danielle decided to prevent Theo from seeing his children, leaving him heartbroken. In this evening's episode, Theo was scheduled to meet a social worker to discuss his role in Miles and Millie's lives, but events took an unexpected turn. When the social worker arrived earlier than arranged, Theo hurried to leave the precinct and head home, only to encounter a drunken Aadi Alahan slumped against his van. Frustration mounted, and in the commotion Aadi stumbled, hitting his head on the ground. Dev Alahan assumed Theo had assaulted his son and refused to let him go without an explanation. Annoyed, Theo walked away, but before reaching home, he was stopped by police officers who wanted to question him about the incident. Billy Mayhew watched in worry as Theo was led into the police car before rushing to Todd's flat, unaware Todd was inside talking to the social worker. Billy burst in, blurting out that Theo had been taken away, prompting the social worker to postpone the appointment until confirming the incident wasn't violent like before. This remark left both Todd and Billy unsettled, and they immediately began digging for answers. A quick online search brought up a news article about Theo's previous arrest. It claimed that Theo had been detained after a heated confrontation involving Danielle and a man at a restaurant, but before they could learn more, Theo walked in. He clarified the misunderstanding at the precinct, prompting Billy and Todd to reveal what they had discovered. Wanting to explain himself, Theo said the man had accused Danielle of cutting in line, and in a moment of temper, he threw a glass. Theo reassured Todd that the charges were later dropped, easing some of the tension. Later at the Rovers, Theo was delighted to hear that Gary Windus had confirmed his version of events to the police, clearing him of suspicion. To celebrate, he offered to buy drinks just as Billy arrived. Theo quickly apologized for not being upfront about his history, joking that Billy should be grateful he hadn't unearthed the other skeletons in his closet. Although Theo insisted everything was fine between them and invited Billy to join the group, it was clear he resented Billy's meddling in his romance with Todd. Is Billy's concern justified? Could Theo's violent streak still be lurking beneath the surface? Coronation Street teases devastating exit twist for Aadi in emotional Dev scene. Aadi Alahan made an emotional departure from Coronation Street after his father, Dev, ordered him to leave home in a desperate bid to regain control of his life. The longtime character bowed out of Weatherfield in Friday night's dramatic episode. Aadi has been part of the ITV soap since his on-screen birth alongside twin sister Asha in 2006. Fans will recall that Aadi, portrayed by Zenon Ditchit for a decade before Adam Hussein took over in 2019, has been caught up in a string of troubles in recent months. Earlier this year, a house party he hosted went disastrously wrong, leading to Lauren Bolton being spiked, an incident he later admitted was indirectly his fault. Despite a budding romance, he kept the truth from her. More recently, Aadi was left in charge of Dev's corner shop while his dad took time away, but he ended up £6,000 in debt. In a misguided attempt to fix things, he and Brody Michaelis staged a fake robbery to claim insurance money, which failed. Eventually, Aadi came clean, revealing not only his role but also that Dev's partner, Bernie Winter, had tried to help hide the scheme, even moving their wedding forward in hopes a wealthy relative might cover the costs. After branding his son a failure, Dev, who has run multiple businesses in Weatherfield since 1999, reached breaking point. Feeling lost, Aadi drowned his sorrows with alcohol, ignoring repeated calls and texts from Lauren, who was eager to see him. He was later spotted by builders Gary Windass and Theo Silverton, who found him blocking their van. The encounter turned messy when Aadi refused to move, stumbled, and hit his head on a brick wall. When Dev, who had been searching for his missing son, arrived at the scene, Aadi refused any help and stormed off. Lauren, determined to get answers, waited for him at number 7. Their tense conversation escalated into an argument, during which Aadi blurted out, "It was my fault you got spiked." Shocked and hurt, Lauren was left speechless. He explained that he had intended to take drugs at the party, but Lauren had unknowingly picked up his drink. "I wanted to tell you, but I thought you'd hate me," he confessed. Lauren, referring to her abusive ex, Joel Deering, replied, "You just kept lying. Do you know how hard it was for me to trust again? I've heard those words before from Joel." Later, Amy Barlow tried to talk to Aadi but was dismissed. It was his sister Asha who confronted him, reminding him that the mess was of his own making. In anger, Aadi called her a rubbish paramedic before realizing she had been right all along. Eventually, he admitted to Dev, "I'm the reason Lauren got spiked. The drugs were mine. She drank my cup by mistake." Dev turned to Asha, asking why she hadn't stepped in, then told Aadi bluntly, "You need to go." That night, after thanking his father for defending him against Theo earlier, Aadi sat down with Dev for a heartfelt conversation. Dev asked, "What happened to us? You used to make me so proud. Did I not tell you enough? Is that why you're punishing me?" Aadi replied that living up to Dev's achievements had been difficult. "You always talk about what you've done. You did praise me, but only when it made you look good. It was never enough just to be me." Acknowledging that change was needed, Dev revealed he had spoken to his cousin Vikram, arranging for Aadi to work with him in India. Tearfully, Aadi refused. "I'm not moving to India." Dev, holding back his own emotions, said he could no longer support him. "You're kicking me out?" Aadi asked. "I don't want to," Dev admitted, "but you've left me no choice." Coronation Street continues on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV and ITVX.